today's video, I'm doing a follow-up to an email that I sent out about TPT sales drop, but there was a factor I really didn't talk about, and that is seller saturation. It's happening here, it's happening on other marketplaces like Etsy, so let's talk about it. If you are new, returning, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk to your side hustles. Since 2020, both TPT and Etsy exploded with new sellers. We were all at home. What are we going to do? I am one of those people that I opened up actually I already had a store because I was already putting freebies on there, but I uploaded my very first product for June 1st, 2020, because what else am I going to do, right? Many other teachers had the exact same idea. That can be good for creativity and a breadth of resources, but it also comes with the idea that things are now getting crowded. We often talk about TPT's decline because we're in TPT, but I like to compare TPT to other marketplaces, which is why I'm talking about Etsy in this video. And some of my information is just off the internet, so take it for what it's worth. Etsy's decline started in 2024, even though seller numbers grew. Now, with TPT, there were some shifting of algorithms. There was this personalized search that showed up in the beginning of 2022. I can't remember the exact time. I want to say it's 2021. And there were a lot of sellers, talking about their earnings were cut in half and all these things, which now at this point, teachers are back in the classrooms and many are hybrid at this point. This is about the time when earnings on TPT started to drop, but not significantly. And this is always the thing. They didn't drop in such ways that a marketplace like Etsy dropped. Now, some people automatically think that when they hear the word saturation, it is like, no, can't earn money off TPT. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen anymore. It's not the way it used to be. Well, of course, it's not the way it used to be. Things have definitely changed. But it doesn't mean you can't earn money. Okay? What saturation means is it's a lot more crowded. And what that means for each of us is that we need to find unique ways of standing out from the masses. There's general areas of TPT that are completely saturated. We can talk about ELA, English Language Arts. That's very saturated. We can even talk about math centers, especially in the primary grades, very saturated. When you're looking at product results of 300,000 or more. But things that are specific, creative, and in unserviced niches, lower niches, let me say that. People are still making excellent sales. So what are some of the smaller niches that you might be able to get into? And remember, make sure it is a niche that you have some expertise on. Don't make things up, please. But some smaller niches include special education supports, though that one is starting to grow big time, particularly on Boom. They really want the special ed supports on there. PE is a smaller niche. STEM projects. STEM is growing, but STEM is still a very popular and a smaller niche. And even digital products. Now, I had this conversation with someone a little while back about they'd heard from a bigger seller that digital products aren't really needed, but I still sell digital products. I sold one today. I sell them on a weekly basis. I don't think they're going to go anywhere now. Now that we've had what we've had happen in 2020, teachers are doing things differently. But we need to take those digital products up a notch and make sure they're truly interactive. That stands out. You don't, just by saying digital doesn't mean a whole lot nowadays. So how do you stand out in a saturated niche? And some of this information is the same information. I follow a gal who is a big seller on Etsy, and it's interesting how certain emails that I get they just resonate with me as a TPT seller because we're going through similar things, right? So just like with Etsy, for TPT, how do we stand out in a saturated market? Number one, it's niche down. What does niche down mean? Let me just give you an example. I am not niched down. Though I have specific niches in my store, I'm not zoning in on one. And that's one of my errors. But to niche down is to pick a topic and become known for it. For example, but for some people, they are doing grade 8 to 10 science, and that's it. 8 to 10 science. You could probably just do grade 8 science for a long time and do really well. You want to stick with one topic, get really good at it, get known for it, and then you can slowly branch out. When I started TPT, I was told pick 3 niches. At that time, that might have been good advice. But today, I would not give that kind of advice. I have 3 niches in my store because that's what I was taught. And I find it hard to niche towards one. As a K-2 teacher seller, that's not niched enough. I got to niche down. I need to either go K-2 math, K-2 language arts. But both those topics are, in fact, oversaturated. So I need to go K-2 something else and get really good at it. We're working on it. I keep making products and that are ELA and math, and I keep sticking them on there. They sell fine, but they would probably sell a lot better if they were in a more specific niche one. Number 2, you've got to improve your visuals. And we talk about this here a lot. You've got to make sure your thumbnails are nice and clear and that they're readable on a phone. If I have to do this, that means it's not readable enough. Your visuals, your thumbnails, I'm spending the next couple weeks trying to get more preview PDFs on. I have preview videos, but one of the things I was talking with ChatGPT is that people want the PDFs. And I'm like, so I have to go back and make PDFs for some of these ones that I've just made preview videos. That's fine. We'll do what we have to do. Number 3, optimize old listings. So I was recently having this discussion with somebody in the chat about whether you delete old products or whether you just make them inactive or archive them. And I've done both. But there's a whole set of stuff you should look at before you do that, and maybe I'll make a video on that. Consider updating old listings, especially if they're still getting sales and views, okay? Number 4 is focus on quality, not quantity. I still hear people say, make more products, make more products. If you only have 10 or 20 products, yes, I'll say that, make more products. But once you get to about 100, I would make sure that all those 100 are quality. Don't go to, my goal is not to get to 200 until I know that the first 100 are of better quality than they were when I uploaded them. Because you know that as a new seller, you think you've done your best, and then you go a year down the road, you look back at some of your older products and you cringe. And I'm shocked sometimes when some of my older products are getting sales and I'm going, ooh, that really needs fixing, because we get better at this. But again, it goes back to whether you're actually getting views on your older listings or not. I'm trying to drive home that high quality products are so much more than mediocre quantity of them. There's lots of those on TPT. Let's not be them, okay? And then the last one, particularly if you do have over 100, 200 products, it is how you are going to market. Gone are the days when you did not have to market. things have changed. It's lit teaching, I think it was, made a really good blog post. It's lit. She's a middle school, high school literature teacher. She talked about 5 ways selling on TPT has changed. And this is a very good article. So like I said, I'll link it down below, but she's talking about competition is fiercer, right? Pinterest in her eyes is dead. I don't know if it's dead, but it's not the same, okay? Marketing is more important, okay? Gone are the days when you could just upload, and I've said that ad nauseum. Number 4, it's harder to increase your income quicker. You can still increase your income, but it's not going to be the speed at which it used to happen. And here's one of the things that I didn't talk about, but I have mentioned, so I'm going to say it again. We have less teachers buying. There are school districts that are not happy with TPT, not because TPT is horrible, but sometimes teachers don't buy great quality and it's not meeting curriculum, or the district's just blaming TPT when it has probably nothing to do with TPT. You've got a huge influx of TPT sellers who were upset with their earnings dropping the way they did back in 2021, 2022, and they basically opened up stores of their own. I think given if they have 50 to 100,000 plus email people, they just drove all that traffic to their websites. Good for them. They were trying to diversify, they were trying to be creative, and that's what they did. And some of them I think are very successful. I've been on some of those stores and they're very nice looking. So that has changed the amount of buyers that are on TPT. And her change number 5 is that there's more help than ever before. You've got so many SEO tools. I use Seller Spy. There are some blogs available. There are courses, which honestly, I don't think you need the courses. I'm going to be really real with you. I get asked, when am I going to do a course? And I might, but I have to make sure, I want to feel that my course would be completely different from anybody else's. But at the same time, everything I know about TPT, I'm giving the information to you. It's here on YouTube for free. There are so many places where you can get information that without spending the hundreds and thousands of dollars for a course. I would rather invest my money in a SEO tool to help me, right? And I haven't used it yet. I mentioned in the previous video that I got a free TPT store audit. I mean, I knew everything. I knew probably 95% of what they said. Seller Spy just recently has come out with a free, not free, they come out with a store audit, and I'm going to this week or next week try it and see how it goes, and I'll let you know how it goes. There are several other SEO tools out there. There are TPT YouTubers on here and that will give you information. So there's a lot of places where you can get information. I do offer coaching. I only take a couple per month now that I'm back in class, but if you're interested, just email me. My email will be down below. So while saturation is our reality, okay, it doesn't mean we can't earn money. If you want to earn the big bucks, whether that's 4 figures or higher, you're going to need to be creative, and you're going to need to make sure your value on your products is top notch. For upcoming videos, I probably will, because I have been thinking about this a little bit, talking about what to do with old listings. I also have a PDF preview video coming. I've started it. It's just sitting half on the camera. I got to finish it. I'll get that one going. I was supposed to work this past week, but I was in the ER, and I don't need to go into too much detail, but I'm off for at least this week, and I'm hoping to go back to work next week. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.